Hello, beautiful friends. So great to be with you. So, I've been getting a lot of downloads today, and I feel called to continue sharing. So, a lot of the limbo and the stagnation that we have been enduring during this time, maybe specifically as the feminine, is a result of the masculine stagnation that's almost like acting as a gatekeeper to the new earth. And I'm seeing this reflected in the masculine prioritizing jobs, work, that sort of deal. And we did a little bit of clearing for that in the astral clearing that I did. However, I'm really seeing like these ego structures too. I've noticed even with the masculine healers that I've worked with, specifically the ones who just do energy healing, that their clearings and stuff have become repetitive in a way that there's really not new energy coming through. That there aren't breakthroughs, like also by staying in the in clearing of the karma and clearing of the thing, we're acknowledging that the work will never be done. And of course, we'll always be doing levels of clearing. But we should reach a point where everything's kind of in its place, right? You don't continue to have to clear off your table and clear off your table, clear off your table, unless you're like intentionally putting stuff back on it. Now, sometimes projects come through and it gets, cluttered with new things, and then you have to clear it off. Sure. You can tell what I'm going to do later this week. I've got to do some cleaning in my house. But in general, like once we put things in their place and we're organized and we release and all of that stuff, we should be able to step forward and not have to keep doing the same thing over and over again. So I even found with myself, I'm like, isn't it a point where like I've cleared the amount of karma that I can do at this time? Isn't there this place where it's like I've protected myself and against all of the levels of monsters? Like, in a movie, we don't stay in like the one type of battle over and over again. Like the battle, like it shifts, it changes, it moves. And I don't want to, compare our journeys to battles, but sometimes doing soul work feels like that. Like we're constantly fighting different layers of orcs, and there are different leaders of the orcs that then we come into being with. Anyway, I guess I share all of this because I personally am like, I'm done fighting these monsters, and I invoke it loud and clear. I don't need to fight this monster anymore. There's not challenge here. There's not insight. It's just the same old thing, and I'm not interested in participating in the same old thing anymore. We're meant to bring in this higher loving vibration of power and strength and light, and staying the masculine component, whether within us or externally, that's like staying stagnant in the old world, isn't resonating at all anymore. It's like that gatekeeping of like not allowing the new earth to really unfold isn't appropriate. Think of all that we can do once we're there. So I'm really getting this image, similar from the card reading I just did, where we're really holding this lodge. We're holding this image of the new earth, and we are just living in it. We start to cultivate the community, and that's all we allow in. Like really, there's just no space for anything that isn't moving forward in this direction. We want to find that collaboration. Now, there might be still some bridging that we go, but it's like when you walk over a bridge, you're in a different place and you say, hey, I'm going to be in this place, bringing my new energies there. Whereas if we walk over to the other side, it's like, oh, now we're here, and we're not bringing all of our baggage everywhere all the time. So I guess in this work of clearing the ego identifications and that sort of thing, it's like, well, what are we to do during this time? And I know for myself, it's been extremely hard to hold the feeling of what it'll be like when we're on the other side. It's like, if I were to be pregnant, like I feel the idea of the baby, but I can't imagine or I can see the idea of the baby, and I can see myself holding the baby, but I can't feel it. And I'm really curious for myself, as well as anybody else experiencing this, like where those blocks are coming into play. What's blocking us from being able to feel again? Are our hearts closed? Like, do we need to do more work? I'm not totally clear, but I just want to acknowledge where I am at in the process and where you might also be in the process, because it's not fun. Like it sucks to be stuck, you know. It's like being at your gate to get on a plane and go somewhere, and it's like the vacation and being on the plane and the adventure to the place is like, it's all going to be so fruitful and powerful. But if you never get to leave the airport and you're stuck at this one spot, it's frustrating. And that's really the only way for it. And I feel like a lot of us are feeling stuck at Union in that point. And what is the work? You know, it's like, I just won't entertain that. I'm not going to stay at the gate and stop my life, not like waiting for this plane to take off. Like, maybe there's another one I can get on. I don't know. We're here to have a physical experience because we're in bodies, and we're also here to like integrate the spirit simultaneously. But we're in a body, and we should be able to do so much more in a body. But right now it feels limiting. So this is just my thoughts, and I guess I'm feeling called to share because, yeah, the gatekeeping sucks. I remember talking to somebody once who was like booking comedians, and they're like, oh, well, I won't book female comedians because I don't want to be responsible for bringing them into that world where the guys are joshing around and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, why is that yours to decide? If a female wants to play in that environment, regardless of the thing, then why would you not allow them to do that? Why not give them the opportunity? And I just kind of feel like there's a similar thing going on within our collective, and it's just like the men are so afraid of the feminine energy that moves forward. I was doing another program, and the reason I signed up for the program was the feminine force that was a part of it, and she got asked to leave or fired or something. They were very quiet about it. And since then, the containers felt dead. It has not felt alive. It has not like bloomed. Like the essence is not there at all. And it's been really frustrating because it's not, it's like this new insight of the feminine who's bringing the force of how things can bend and move and how we can bring in this new paradigm, even if it's not perfect. Like, that not being honored is frustrating. And it's like we're trying to bring it in, but we're just stuck. So it sucks. And I guess our work is to stabilize and to ground down and to connect with each other and to keep bringing these visions forth and trust that, like, yeah, this new earth is being born, and part of it is reclaiming the divine feminine from the earth and that which we're in. So anyway, many blessings. This was probably just a ramble, maybe for myself, but I'm feeling it strong, and I wanted to share it with you all. So thank you. Aho.